So I think other AIs are starting to take advantage of the fact that Russia is not doing as well as they once were. Because Australia declared war on the Dutch, and obviously the Dutch called in their allies, that is Russia and Denmark. Australia called in the British. So even the British are going to start to get involved. Now, I don't think that, we might not have seen this war happen directly because of maybe the loss of power from Russia's side of things, but I think that it definitely, I think it kind of helped Australia make the choice of like, yeah, we'll go to war with the Netherlands, and if the Netherlands call in Russia, it's fine, because we'll call in the British. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm making up stuff in my head right now, which is entirely a possibility. We also have Peru versus Panama. Let's go ahead and check in on that, because I don't know what this visually is going to look like. Oh my gosh, okay, so there might be a lot of smaller guys that get eaten up here. Someone else is going to go, they don't mind being at war with the Netherlands. So Peru might pick up maybe the Panama Canal. So Peru's really gaining a lot of strength here. Brazil needs to be worried. Like I said, I mean, Peru is the country that usually stops Brazil. They are the country in South America to do that. So that would really throw things off. I'm wondering how the British are going to help in this war. If the British will try to send out their fleets and land in the Baltic Sea, land out here in maybe modern-day Finland or something like that, that's definitely a possibility. Or the Baltic states. What's going on here? Lithuania pretender rebels? Okay, well, they're fine. They're just pretender rebels. It's fine. It's fine. Most of the Russian occupations have been eliminated from kind of the Eastern Front here. And I don't know if Russia is going to... I don't know how much they're going to really be able to contribute to the Dutch war, or if they even care anymore. I know they lost several big battles here in Austria, which is going to make a big impact. Here's the thing, I don't think that the AI is going to want to go too far into Russian lands while France is still in the war. So they might not be going for any occupation. I don't know. I mean, look at this consolidation of power. Wait a second. Oh, Sweden is giving Norway some troops. That's kind of cool. Oh, and a 30 stack of Russians about to be kicked out. I guess there were some regiments still left, but a 30 stack's nothing super significant. Let's go and check on the Pacific, because I find that really interesting. It's about time that the Australians finally go to war. I don't know what the war is. What was it? So we've got in South America, it's a Peruvian-Panama nationalist war. This is an Australian conquest of Mananaquari. Is it this? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's this province here. That's what I figured. So technically, Australia doesn't have to try to go after anything else. I didn't realize this, because the British have expanded their control in the Indonesian region. They're going to get a lot of their stuff occupied. We'll see if there's going to be any sort of launch from British India to take over more Dutch lands. Really interesting to see the Dutch involved with kind of Russia. Well, it's interesting to see Russia, well, I'm just the Dutch in general, kind of kicked out of Europe and having to do other things. I don't know what the heck happened just here. I think we're going to see a peace deal. I don't know if we're going to see a peace deal right now. Let me go and stop it, because I think we need to... Don't want to go any slower than this. I know that when this happens, we can go slower. I mean, I guess we could. Doesn't help out all that much. Yeah, I think they're going for a French peace deal here. What war score are they at now? -39. We've got the... Oh, that's interesting. Peru's at -10 so far. Even though they're fighting all these smaller countries. Australia with only 1, but they did get the occupied province that they wanted. So that's kind of a big deal. Oh, did this expand? Oh, the Russians are going to go up through Scandinavia. I thought that's what the Russians were going to do initially, was to go up through Scandinavia. Because I knew that Norway was, vacant. They were out of this place. They were totally helping. They were awesome. They were helping the fight, taking the fight to France. But I figured France would take advantage. I'm sorry, Russia would take advantage of that and just, boom, swoop up. Go up through northern Norway, and end up taking them out, separate piecing them. But yeah, no, that did not end up happening. December 10th, -40 war score now. Let's go ahead and check on South America. Why is Peru losing this war? That's what I want to know. How is that possible? Peru's got 75,000 men. Oh, it's because Colombia is getting dominated by Venezuela and Panama. I might have underestimated Panama a little bit here. Looks like Panama's doing pretty well for themselves so far. Although, I mean, let's see. They've got a 10,000 stack. Oh, here are the British. The British are involved? No, are the British... What are you doing, Great Britain? Why are you... You're not involved in this war. Oh, you're at war with Panama. Oh, because, yeah, this war. I guess the Dutch are allied to Panama. Okay, well, that's going to make Peru's life a lot easier because you've got a 62,000 stack of... Or 62,000 men moving through the Panama Canal. Interesting to see a few occupations over these French colonies. Well, I guess it's not that interesting because Germany, there's actually quite a bit of colonies. I think I might have underestimated the Central European and mainly Italy and German control, and Spain too. They've got quite a few footholds in Africa, so maybe it wasn't as one-sided. I mean, obviously, all of this territory that Italy controlled has been, almost taken out, almost all of it. Still at negative 40 here. The Australians now at 3. Now, are the Australians going to get off of this continent? Or are they going to get off this island? Oh, it looks like they are. Is this a transport ship? That is not a transport ship. Those are light ships. We've got a few... Oh, the British Pacific helping out. Yeah, I mean, the Australians have a pretty good army. At least about 100,000 men. There's no way the Dutch have even close to that. Dutch have 34,000 here in one of these islands, but that's about it. Yeah, so we'll see if they end up landing, and we've seen the Australians land before in some of these other Dutch islands out this way. Man, this is a pretty hectic time. 2003, pretty hectic time in global affairs. French have about 13,000. So at this point, the French are pretty much done. I think that, well, obviously, they've been done for months now. Also, really interested to see what happens to the French Navy. We saw them lose so many ships to the Germans. It looks like they might have gotten themselves into another battle accidentally. Maybe in the English Channel. They're now left with 21 ships. I mean, they could have just left those there and they might have been able to escape. Yeah, you know what? There's really no safe place for the French fleet to hide. The Russians are never going to have that dominant of a fleet. So it was just France. You got to worry about Italy. You really can't enter the Mediterranean. Spain, and I had no idea that Germany was going to be this strong. I didn't actually check if that was entirely German forces, German ships, or if that was a combination of Italian and Spanish and things like that. It could have been. Okay, we're actually seeing a little bit of aggression. It's about time from Italy and Germany, grabbing a few provinces out this way. Russia did not engage up towards northern Finland. Nobody else is here, though. Who's Sweden allied to, by the way? They're guaranteed by Germany. I know that. Oh, they're guaranteed by Russia, actually. Allied to Norway. Okay. Well, I guess it makes sense why Sweden is helping Norway out. Lending over some troops. That's very nice of them. They're suffering from quite a bit of attrition. The Russians look like they could probably consolidate these guys and maybe get about 10,000 men. I don't see the Russians at all involved in the Australian-Dutch War, and I don't think that's super surprising. What will be interesting now is if the Japanese decide to do something here. Technically, they could try it, but their two allies, the Germans and the British, are both already at war, so that's kind of the problem at the moment. Also Turkey, too. Keep in mind Turkey, because Turkey wants their cores back, obviously. If they could kick Russia out of their lands, yeah, they're going to want to do that. I get that. France still about the same, but I really feel like if they can grab this province just north here, that would be enough to really hurt them, because this is their trade capital, it looks like, since this is just their regular capital. It's about 17,000, maybe 20,000 if you get a few more regiments up, which they probably will. And Germany, Italy, and Austria have pretty much left this whole side vacant. They don't care about it anymore. And it's interesting to see the AI do the right strategy here. Maybe it's not the right... Oh, actually, you know what? Italy's dropping off troops in northern Africa. Maybe that's where they're gaining all this war score from, because they're not getting it from Western Russia. Western Russia is still about the same. No new occupations. A little bit of new occupations, but not much. Yeah, not too many at all. Oh, Australia's down to 0 war score. What happened there? Did you lose control? Did you lose... Oh, dang. All right, well, Madagascar has been taken over by the German Southwest African colony. That's kind of cool. No, they do still have... Oh, it's because this 18 stack. Okay, so the Dutch are coming after you. They're not going to let you go off too easy. Not sure if the Australians are lacking a transportation boats, cogs, smaller boats. Maybe that's it. Australia will lose this war, though, if they don't figure out how to take out that 18 stack. And maybe there should be a consideration of a strait crossing here. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit too much. This does seem like a pretty large... I don't know. There's examples of straits that you can cross that are pretty long away. You know, pretty long. But I don't know. That's not too bad. But what would that do? I think that would have a pretty big impact. Obviously, that would have a huge impact on... Maybe not base game EU4, now that I think about it. And things like this, then yeah. Seems like the French are starting to unoccupy some of this stuff. The British aren't landing any forces inside of Russia, which is interesting. The British are probably supporting the Australians with their fleet in the Pacific, or in the Indian Ocean. Ooh, okay, so now they're starting to press forward. So yeah, slowly we're seeing more troops kind of press forward here, grabbing more territory inside of Russia. I'm gonna go up to speed 4. I mean, we're seeing another delay here. I mean, we're seeing 3 big wars right now, so I kind of understand. Let's see if some reinforcements come. Again, Russia being too aggressive, getting a terrain penalty and a crossing penalty when they don't even have the number advantage at the moment. Looks like Norway's going to be able to send some troops over there and maybe gets... Oh, it doesn't matter. That battle's over. Russia's been trying to raise an army. Is there anything in Siberia? Nothing. Nothing at all in Siberia. China still has... You know, actually, China has no reason to go to war with Russia. Actually, there's one corps. Now, China just needs to go to war with Japan, actually. They don't even hate Japan that much, which is weird. They hate Qin a little bit more. British India. You guys almost have an immediate border with Russia. Are there any British troops here? No, I think they've been sent out to Indonesia, probably. Yeah, actually, you know what? I got to give the Dutch some credit here. They're doing a lot better than I thought they were. I thought that they were going to get absolutely dominated. But no, they're doing okay. Yeah, they are doing okay. September 9th, 2003. Spain, no one from the Central... I call them the Central Europeans, but Spain is also involved, and Albania. We could say Albania. We could say Albania is part of Central Europe, right? But yeah, and Spain has been a huge, huge help. I mean, just look at all the occupations that Spain has. So let's not discredit what Spain has done. All right, so now they're dipping deep into Russia. Now, Moscow is not the capital. Interesting. That's interesting. Must be because this started with the World War I timeline date. So maybe Moscow wasn't the capital back then in 1914, before the Soviet Union and stuff like that. I don't know where their capital is. Let's go ahead and check. Is it Novgorod? Or is it where, like, Leningrad is? Oh, it's Neva. Oh my gosh, you were not that far away, Austria. Or probably Norway, whoever's pushing forward. You'll have a few more provinces, and you take their capital, and bam. That's going to hurt. It's going to hurt really bad. All right, so this war's been going on for about 2 years now, I think. About 2 years. Oh, did it end? Oh, no. I saw a German occupation go away. That must have went away a little while ago. All right, so Russia needs to consolidate these troops and start pushing back. Luckily, it is a bunch of AIs, so they're not going to be as able to consolidate their own armies. So if, Russia just controlling Russian regiments will be helpful if you can get, catch Albania and Spain out here by themselves. Germany's not even contributing much to this. I don't understand what Germany's doing. What are you doing, Germany? Why aren't you helping at all? But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to end it a little bit early because we are seeing quite a bit of lag here. I mean, like I said, I could go to speed 2. But we'll see. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.